tried to count me out. Count me up. Now all I do is count it up. Count it up. Tell them haters look at me now. Every day payday on my fucking calendar. Hey, I remember when the niggas was down and out. Down and out. Man, ain't nobody try to help me up. They help me up. Man, tell them haters look at me now. Look at me now. Every day payday on my fucking calendar. Hey, hey, hey.
What's good, everybody? This is the Third Eye Wrestling Podcast, where we don't just watch wrestling, we see through it. Before we get started, hit that like button with a stone cold stunner and then drown it in a beer bath if you enjoy the realest wrestling talk going. Today, we're talking Smackdown after Wrestlemania, but we're also going to talk about the ugly side of the business. Because while WWE was putting on a show last night, they were also cutting talent behind the scenes. That's wrestling corporate logic for you. 1 minute, people are chasing dreams. Next minute, they're getting a phone call. So some of y'all are going to be mad today. Good. Because somebody has to tell the truth. We're going to get started with, he puts the Women's United States Championship on Tiffany Stratton. And let me be clear. Tiffany has star potential. She looks like money, carries herself like money, and understands presentation. But here's the problem. Why bring Giulia in with all this hype just to beat her? That's what WWE does too much. They sign somebody hot, people get excited, then cool them off immediately with lazy booking. Then months later, fans get blamed for not connecting. No, fans connected. You killed the momentum. Tiffany winning isn't the issue. The issue is WWE always trying to build one person by stepping on another. Hopefully it gets better for Giulia from here on out. But then we're going to move on to Fatal Influence coming in attacking everybody. And honestly, that was good. That was really good. Because the main roster women's division has been running on recycled matchups for far too long. Same names, same promos, same fake shock faces. These NXT women came in hungry. That's what happens when people still want it. Too many on the main roster got comfortable. I'm going to be honest with you. If a rookie from NXT steals your spotlight in one segment, maybe you never deserved a spot in the beginning. I'm just saying. But we move on and go into what's happening with the bloodline. Let's get into that. I know y'all want to get in. I'm going to say what people whisper but won't say out loud. Jacob Fatu already feels bigger than 2023 Solo Sikoa. Yeah, I said it. You know what? It feels so good to say. I'm going to say it again. Jacob Fatu is already bigger than 2023 Solo Sikoa. Jacob looks dangerous. Jacob feels real. Jacob walks like he's about to wreck the building. Solo has had all the TV time in the world, y'all. And Jacob he shows up feeling like the upgrade. That's not hate. That's the eye. Remember that. That's the eye. The eye is showing me that. Because y'all remember that 2023 Solo Sikoa? The one that Roman on the slick feared, right? Kind of feared him. Well, now Solo is more like I don't know. I can't even really explain it. Like, I don't know what he's trying to be. Are you trying to be dominant? Are you trying to be funny? Are you trying to be, what are you trying to do? Because I can't get a grasp on exactly what Solo's trying to do with himself and with this MFT faction. Because at this point, the person that's more intimidating, not the whole group, is Tama Tonga. That he's more intimidating than Solo. And I'm just gonna say, if Jacob keeps going like this, Solo is gonna become a side character in his own family. And that's not something that he should want for himself. And that should not be what WWE want for him either. You know, because he was a good villain when he was the false tribal chief. He was a villain and it was great. But then he just started turning to this comedy act. We didn't need that. We need more monsters. We don't have any monsters on the roster anymore. We need a monster. And that would have been Solo. Jacob is taking the cake. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I could be wrong. But speaking of, there's no monsters on the roster. Let's talk about the part WWE never wants to highlight. Understand? While fans are reacting to Smackdown, talent was reportedly being released today. These are the confirmed names that I have gotten. Okay, so don't hold me to this. These are the names that I have gotten confirmation that they are no longer with WWE. Starting off with Nikki Cross. I'm going to be very, very blunt here with you guys. What has Nikki done in the past 2-3 years? Tell me. What has she done? Other than being with the Y6, she has done nothing. She has not been in any match. She has not done nothing. I can't feel sorry for someone who hasn't done anything and you're making thousands and thousands of dollars for doing nothing. You hop on some guys, no pun intended, you know, like during matches, you interfere in matches, hop on the guy, and then you gone. That's all you did. You got paid to do that. And I can't be sad for you that you got released. Like, you didn't show me anything for the past year or two. Zoe Stark. Now I have a little bit different feeling about Zoe Starks because she got injured on live television. We all remember that that incident with her ACL in the match with Kairi Sane. And I feel as though WWE shouldn't have just released her. They should have waited till she got better and see if she can still bring that intensity that she was supposed to bring. But they didn't give her a chance. So I kind of feel like that sucks, you know, like you get fired and you got injured while doing the job. You know, that's kind of messed up. Alba Fire was surprising because the program that she's doing with Chelsea Green and the Secret Harvest, to me, I'm like, what does she do? What is she not doing? She's doing matches. She's performing well. Like, what is it that she's not doing other than cutting promos? She's not cutting any promos because it's Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green is the front person of the group, of course. But Alba Fire was doing her job. So why release her? Well, that's a question that WWE has to answer. But as we know, she confirmed it herself by changing her name back on social media back to Kaylee Ray. So we know that she is no longer with the WWE. Now, these 4 names, y'all are going to be like, what the heck? And I'm going to tell you my honest opinion on their releases. Bo Dallas, who is also known as Uncle Howdy, Joe Gacy, Dexter Lumis, and Eric Rowan. I'm surprised they didn't get released last year. Yeah, I said it. I'm surprised they didn't get released last year. They weren't on WrestleMania last year. They weren't on WrestleMania this year. They lost their aura probably 4 weeks in. They didn't do nothing. They got beat up. They were supposed to be a supernatural type of faction, and they got beat up. They showed pain. They didn't do their part at all. They didn't do. I'm gonna be real, and I'm trying to say this as non-disrespectful, but Bo Dallas, you have to be ashamed at this point. You have to be, because you took on this in honor of your brother, the late Bray Wyatt, and you failed him. You failed him. You did not deliver what your brother would have delivered. That's why I was not a believer in the Wyatt Six, because I'm going, hey, look, I get it. Y'all got Eric Rowan, who was very close to Bray Wyatt, and you got his brother, who should know him like the back of his hand. But it didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't have the same mystique. Now, if you would have just had Bo Dallas and Eric Rowan, and then you added in Alexa Bliss and Braun Strowman, the people who were close to Bray, it would have worked, because everyone would have thought about what Bray would have wanted. Bo Dallas wrestled a handful of times. Eric Rowan, a handful of times. But they were using Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis the whole entire time on matches. Yeah, they were very entertaining in the match, but it's like, we need more than that. Where's the mystique? Dexter Lumis before the Y6 was more mysterious than Dexter Lumis in the Y6. Joe Gacy before the Y6 by himself had people almost in nightmare mental states before this Joe Gacy in the Y6. It didn't work. You're taking people who already had mystique about them and tried to add on an extra mystique that didn't stick. But I'm just saying, I'm just speaking my mind on that, but that's my opinion, that I knew the Y6 wasn't working the first month in. But nonetheless, good luck to them, in their future, endeavors and everything. Just hopefully that if they do get a call back to come back, they can do it right, The next person on that list, Andre Chase. Now, this is a person that I'm not really too shocked that he got released. I do feel as though, like, dang, I wish he would have had got called up, to the main roster at one point. He could have had a little lower card rivalry with someone, but something, like I said, that's you got lost in the mix, Andre, and you were very, very entertaining in NXT nonetheless. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't too shocked. I just kind of was just like, oh, okay, dang, I thought he was gone already, but I guess not. Dante Chen, listen to me. I don't even know who that is. I can't even feel sorry for you, man. Sorry, not sorry. I don't know you. So why are you even on this list? But nonetheless, so let me get this straight from the people who I am shocked about. You build factions, waste people for months, give them nothing meaningful, then release them and act like they failed? Nah. Creative failed. Fans don't forget when talent gets misused. That's our intelligence, WWE. No, not WWE. TKO. Our intelligence, we know who you're trying to use and overuse and who you're misusing. WWE treats talent like inventory far too often. And to be honest, the blame is 60-40. It's 60-40. 60 TKO, 40 WWE. WWE, fight back. You didn't need TKO before. You don't need TKO now. We were your money. You wanted money, right? We, the fans, were your money. We were talking about how the ticket prices are too high. Just 3 years ago, just to go to Monday Night Raw, nosebleeds, $40. Y'all remember that? It used to be $40 just to get a ticket. And it was so inexpensive. Now, just to get a nosebleed, $160. Y'all were getting your money from us because we were your biggest support group. And it's like, as soon as y'all got the support that y'all wanted, y'all said, oh, I want more. Don't let the greed change you, because then the people who were here to support you are going to look at you completely different. So, in other words, more money does not mean more success. I'm just saying, it works in some cases, but in this case, it's not working. So we're going to move on from that, and we're going to talk about Rhea Bloody Ripley. Rhea Ripley on SmackDown automatically raises the level of the whole show. Why? Because she feels like a star in the company, full of people being told they're stars. There's a difference. Some got great entrance music and camera angles. Rhea Ripley got presence. Like, come on now. Y'all know this. Rhea Ripley got presence. Y'all, come on, think about it. She has the music. She has her entrance. I've never seen so many people literally interact with someone's entrance the way that she does. And then when she talks, she's talking cash money, like for real, because she knows she can back it up. It took not one, not two, three. It took 3 women. It took 3 women to take her down. And the only thing that I fear for Rhea on SmackDown is that she doesn't really have a lot of friends on SmackDown either. So I wish that they could have moved Io with her, but you know, it is what it is. You know, hopefully that with them being separated, hopefully because again, you guys remember what's around the corner, right? We have Crown Jewel and all that, right? What if we get Rhea, the WWE Women's Champion, versus Io Sky, the Women's World Heavyweight Champion, who's going to be the Crown Jewel Champion? That would be something nice. And hopefully Rhea will get that win that she desperately needs over Io, because she has never beaten Io Sky, especially when it matters. So we're going to go to something where I call a quick hit. Quick hit, we're going to go over a few categories. First is going to be the winner of the night, which is Tiffany Stratton, with the big win for the Women's United States Championship. The biggest presence of the night has to go to the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, with also his first win over Solo Sikoa by himself. No Usos needed. The L of the night, the WWE release decisions. I have gotten word of rumors that they've also released the Motor City Machine Guns. And they also released Kairi Sane, which makes no sense since she's technically kind of in the storyline here on Raw. So I'm confused as to why they're releasing talent who are already involved in storylines. Maybe they're just afraid they're jumping the gun in there. I don't know. But this is Kairi Sane's, but this is like her second, third time getting released. Look, good luck to her, you know. If it's true, good luck to her. If it's not, I mean, hey, you guys need to stop posting fake rumors and stuff like that. Most misused talent mentioned, of course, y'all should know this. Riot 6. They were so misused. It was so, oh my God, bro. It is what it is. But the realest story last night, fresh faces exposing stale booking. Come on now. We got Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Paige and Brie Bella. Now, we have not seen that actual matchup, but these are the same people that we see all the time. Brie Bella is a Hall of Famer. I'm looking at this like this. If you're a Hall of Famer and you retired from the ring, just stay retired. You can do a nostalgia and come back every once in a while, but not a full time, not part time. Just, bro, you know what I'm saying? Don't overstay your welcome. Paige, we didn't really, like, again, Paige had returned, and that's necessarily not aimed at her, but we're going Charlotte and Alexa. Y'all have been a tag team for over well a year. Maybe it's time to go back to singles action. Just saying. Maybe it's time to go back to singles action. Especially Alexa, you know, because you came back and, you know, you were doing your thing single wise, and then you jumped into a tag team with Charlotte, and it's great, it's cool. It's just we are expecting to see Alexa hold gold again and not tag team gold, like singles gold. But as I go over it, and I'm gonna say, how would I grade Smackdown? I would grade it a B minus. You know, it's a B minus. Good talent, strong moments, same corporate nonsense. WWE always reminds you how great they can be. Then reminds you how cold business can be. That's why fans stay frustrated. Not because we hate the wrestling. No, it's not it. Because we know how great you could be. We know how great the product could be. But instead, y'all do unnecessary stuff and expect us to love it. But it don't work like that. We already expressed to you a lot of times, y'all feel like y'all should go to social media and look at what fans are saying in a collective, and then you take those collectives and go, this is what this collection wants, let's do this. But that's not the majority. You know what I'm saying? Or y'all just don't listen to the fans at all and just go with whatever you want to go with. And then expect, like, oh, they paying for it, so whatever. But next week, I'm also going to be talking about indies, more of like Fab Wrestling, ARW. If you are in the Midwest, those two promotions right there, you should be looking out for them. They have great stars there. They're doing big things. And I also may have some insight on what could be happening. What could be happening backstage, what could be happening in the ring, what to expect. Who knows? But all I know is I'm gonna see through it. You can see through it with me. Not just watch it, just see through it. See all the little cracks and pieces. Right? But I have a prediction for next Monday. So I feel like Jacob's presence tonight on SmackDown last night, I feel like it's gonna scare Roman into accepting that challenge. But I'm still trying to figure out where the Usos stand on this. Because if y'all seen the Usos' expressions last night, they were pretty impressed by their little cousin Jacob. You know, he's not looking like little cousin Jacob. He's looking like big cousin Jacob. You know, he looking like, ooh, what we doing here? So I think that's gonna happen. I think Liv Morgan is going to run it back with Stephanie Vacquer. I don't think Stephanie Vacquer is done with Liv. Because again, the tactics that were used at WrestleMania were very, and it seemed very unfair. Yeah, I think Stephanie Vacquer does deserve a rematch, because that was messed up, it was a unfair advantage, she was outnumbered. And also, I believe that we might have seen the last of CM Punk on Monday Night Raw. I believe that we have gotten so many trades that I think that the fact that we had got the segment between him and Cody kind of hints at us that CM Punk is moving over to SmackDown. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think he's moving over there. What do you think? You think he's moving over there? Because there wouldn't be no point in him and Cody saying, maybe, I give you a title shot. Well, maybe I do. I will go accept your title shot, But you got to be over on SmackDown to do that, right? Yeah. But this has been the Third Eye Wrestling Podcast, where truth hits harder than chair shots. Drop your comments. Did Giulia get done dirty? Is Jacob already above Solo? Which release shocked you most? Which release have I not announced? Is WWE wasting talent again? Y'all know where to find me. I'll catch y'all next episode.